Yes, and it's like that because I'm mad. I'm in my feelings right now. I feel like I'm the reason why my peoples got killed because I should have never called my auntie. Everybody talking about you did right. She wanted to know where her daughter was at because her daughter ran away. True. But we can't keep protecting these kids. These kids act like they grown. This generation act like they know everything.
Andy, from these reported Instagram messages detailing a hunt for family members to a severed thumb, prosecutors say was kept in a car's center console.
Man, look here. They say a hard head makes a soft behind. But what happens when these kids out here don't just have hard heads? What happens when they have pure, cold-blooded malice in their hearts? Today on today's Red Stories, we are diving deep into a situation out of East St. Louis, Illinois that will make your stomach turn and make you question what the hell is going on with this younger generation. We aren't just talking about a regular street beef or some random act of violence. We are talking about a demonic spirit that took over two teenagers, two young lovers who decided to systematically execute their own flesh and blood. 5 people are dead, an entire family tree has been chopped down to the roots, and the details coming out of this pre-trial detention hearing are nothing short of a horror movie. Straight up, this story makes you see that when you raise children without a fear of God, without respect for authority, and without any moral compass, the devil will find work for those idle hands. Let's get into it. Part 1. The Weight of Guilt. Introducing Leroy. Before we even talk about the mastermind teenagers, we have to talk about the man left carrying a burden so heavy it's tearing his soul apart. His name is Leroy. He's a maternal relative to this family, a hard-working man who had just finished a grueling 12-hour shift. Leroy hopped on a live stream, and let me tell you, the pain on this man's face was raw. Leroy said, "Come on, man, I'm the one called my peoples yesterday. If I would have never called them and told them that that little girl and that nigga was on the bus yesterday, this shit would have never happened. But look, trying to do right, my little cousin went on the run, ran away from home, trying to be grown, to be with a little boy, and look what happened." Leroy is trapped in a prison of his own mind, thinking he's the reason his family's dead. See, people online were trying to comfort him, telling him, "Man, it ain't your fault, you did the right thing." But Leroy wasn't trying to hear none of that. To him, his phone call was the catalyst. He spotted his 15-year-old cousin, Juanita Thompson, riding the city bus with her 16-year-old boyfriend, Jameer Davis. He thought he was helping his auntie, Tiffany Thompson, bring her runaway daughter home. He didn't know he was setting up a meeting with death itself.
Oh, man, pissing me the f*** off this morning. I'm hurt behind this shit because I feel like I'm the reason. I should have never called my auntie to come get her daughter, knowing her daughter was going to do what the f*** she did, try to kill her. Killed her brother, killed her sister, shot her cousin, and shot her mama up. Come on, man. And that's my whole lit cousin. This girl went number 15 years old. I saw her on the bus yesterday with this lit not knowing they just came from the projects killing his peoples. I didn't know that. All I know is I seen them getting on the bus. That's it. And I called my auntie, "Come get your daughter," not knowing that shit was gonna happen. I just got out the car with them. That could have been me. That could have been me. I could have been laid up in the hospital, or I could have been in the morgue right now. I could be dead right now if I'd have stayed my ass in that car. But they dropped me off at home because I just got off of work from doing 12 hours. And I ran into her little bad ass. If I'd have never called my auntie, they'd have never been in Cahokia. They'd have never picked them little kids up from Cahokia and made it to Jones Park. My auntie stayed right up the street from Jones Park. That's why that shit happened the way it happened. She stayed right up the street. They was looking for a asthma pump. Them kids set my auntie up and tried to kill my auntie, but killed my little cousins instead. She killed her own brother and sister. And shot her mama, tried to kill her. Come on, man, out of here. But steady wanna post like they with them or something. Man, y'all ain't with my people. Out of here. I got a whole stranger over here taking care. This girl laid up in the hospital. Her kids over here. Where y'all at? Ain't nobody pulled up. Ain't nobody said, is they hungry? Do you need something to feed them? Do you need this? Is they okay? Ain't nobody said none of that. Thank you to my cousin Sharonda. My cousin Sharonda pulled up last night. Came over here, sat. Ain't nobody else did nothing. Nothing. When my auntie get out the hospital, yes. She coming to live with me. Yes. I wasn't lying. I wasn't faking when I said I got my own shit. No. I might do this shit on Facebook, but no. I do got my own shit. My auntie coming to live with me. I got 2 open rooms. I got a 3-bedroom house in Cahokia. She coming to live with me. I'm giving her a room. She's not going back to that house. No, she's not going back to that house. Since her daughter ran away with a little boy, an evil-ass little boy, this nigga killed his own peoples first. Then they little badasses came to the 50 Missouri and got on the bus. Just so happened they ran into me. They ran into Leroy. Thought I was gonna let that shit slide. Nah, girl, you. Now look at you. 15 years old. Don't know shit about jail. Don't know shit about shit. You don't know nothing. Let's get that out the way. My auntie sheltered you. My auntie kept you together. She kept you in that house. No, you 15 now. You want to get outside. How the f you want to get outside with a little boy who stole his mama gun? She kicked him out the house. I'm finna run away with him because I don't want him to be outside alone. So now y'all both stay outside alone, living in vacos and shit. Wow, I'm always just cussed again. That's why I ain't got no woman right now. I ain't got nobody right now. Yeah, I'm over her house. That's my ex. I'm gonna just put that out there. Yes. She didn't even know. Her daughter and my little cousin's best friends. What a coincidence. This girl took my little cousins in yesterday. Come to find out, boy, this your family? Yes, that's my family, Cootie. Well, I didn't know that. And now look, I'm over her house. Because my little cousin's over here. Yes. Ain't nobody else do it. Ain't nobody else stepping up. That girl didn't have to do that shit, but she doing it because her daughter is best friends with the victims. And she stepped up. She ain't just talk about it. She ain't just post about it. She actually got these kids. These kids is at her house. She taking care of these kids right now because they mama laid up in the hospital.
Part 2, the blueprint of evil. I love blood. Now let's pull back the curtain on these 2 teenagers, 15-year-old Juanita Thompson and 16-year-old Jameer Davis. To the casual observer, they just look like 2 rebellious kids playing hooky, riding the bus, trying to be grown. But behind closed doors and on social media, they were moving like serial killers. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment argument. This wasn't a case of we had a bad day and things got out of hand. No cap. The prosecutors revealed that the blueprint for this massacre had been written months prior, stretching all the way back to April. The Instagram messages. When the Illinois State Police dug into these kids' phones, what they found was absolutely chilling. They weren't texting about school, movies, or video games. They were plotting a hunt. Jameer Davis sent a message to Juanita talking about shooting and stabbing a cousin. How did a 15-year-old girl respond to the idea of murdering her own family? Did she cry? Did she tell him he was crazy? Juanita's response, I can do that. I love blood. Let that sink in. A 15-year-old girl raised in a home where her mother actively tried to save her, text messaging her boyfriend that she loves blood. She followed it up with another text that showed her absolute allegiance to this toxic, demonic relationship. Juanita said, Babe, I'm finna lose my whole family for you. This is where the conservative critique of our modern society hits the nail right on the head. We have completely lost the culture of discipline and respect. These kids are out here shacking up in vacant houses, running away, and treating human life like it's a video game. Juanita's mother knew something was wrong. She noticed the red flags. She pulled Juanita out of public school, homeschooled her, and strictly cut off all contact with Jameer. She tried to set boundaries, but in 2026, these kids look at boundaries as oppression. Juanita didn't learn her lesson. She retaliated. She stole her mother's debit card, located the key to her mother's gun safe, stole a firearm, and ran away to be with her boyfriend. They drifted from vacant house to vacant house, letting their hatred simmer until July, when they decided it was time to execute the plan. Part 3. The May Family Massacre, Step by Step. According to prosecutors, the killing spree began between July 5th and July 7th at the Samuel Gompers homes in East St. Louis, Illinois. They decided that if the world wouldn't let them be together, they would eliminate anyone who stood in their way. Victim 1, Cherie May, age 49. Cherie May was the paternal aunt, and she was the first to be targeted. The details are graphic and sickening. They ambushed her inside her own home. After taking her life, they didn't flee, they didn't panic. They took her body, stuffed it inside a plastic storage tote, and wheeled it out like garbage, leaving it hidden behind a dumpster outside the apartment complex. Then these two twisted teenagers quietly walked back inside her apartment and took over her home, staying there like nothing happened. Victim number 2, Devin May, age 24. When Cherie stopped answering her phone, her family got worried. On July 12th, her 24-year-old son, Devin May, and her 74-year-old grandmother, Patricia May, drove over to the Samuel Gompers homes to check on her. Devin walked through the door first, completely unaware that her mother was already dead in a dumpster outside. He walked straight into an ambush. The teenagers were waiting. Devin surprised him, and before he could even process what was happening, they opened fire. Devin May was shot multiple times and killed right there on the floor. Victim number 3, Patricia May, age 74. This is the part of the story that shows a complete and utter lack of human decency, a level of depravity that makes you want to hollow out your own chest. 74-year-old grandma was sitting outside in the car, waiting for her grandson and her daughter. When Devin didn't come back out, Juanita Thompson walked outside. She looked her elderly grandmother in the eye, put on a fake smile, and lured her inside the apartment, telling her to come see something. Grandma, trusting her family, walked into the apartment. The moment she stepped inside, Jaimir Davis jumped out of a closet like a monster in a movie and shot the 74-year-old woman dead. Victim number 4, Tiffany Thompson, age 37. After killing Cherie May, Devin May, and Patricia May, the teenagers went to LJI house. This was LJI's residence. Inside, Juanita and Jaimir confronted Juanita's mother, Tiffany, and a 17-year-old boy, OJ. According to the prosecutors, Tiffany was doing her best to protect OJ, using her body as a shield. But that didn't stop the mastermind teenagers. They shot Tiffany in the back, leaving her fighting for her life in the hospital.
Jasmine and Andy, from these reported Instagram messages detailing a hunt for family members to a severed thumb, prosecutors say was kept in a car's center console. This morning's pre-trial detention hearing revealed much more about the murders allegedly committed by 2 teen lovers. Prosecutors say the first murder was between July 5th and July 7th here at Samuel Gompers' homes. Cherie May was the first killed, found in a storage tote behind a dumpster. Prosecutors say Cherie's son and mother then came to find out why they weren't hearing from her. That's when Devin May reportedly walked in, surprised the teen lovers, and was shot and killed. Prosecutors say the 15-year-old girl then went to get Grandma, Patricia May, who was waiting in a car outside and was lured inside so that Jaimir Davis could jump out of a closet and shoot her. Prosecutors say Davis admitted cutting off Grandma's thumb and using it to access her iPhone to steal money. An Illinois State Police rep spoke out at a news conference after the hearing.
This was tragic for both families. This is something that you don't normally deal with and see in this community.
Dr. Anita Bazil is ISP's high-risk communities public safety coordinator who spoke out surrounded by community leaders.
This is not a time for blame. We have to heal. This is tragic for our community. As a native of East St. Louis, I know we can do it. Maybe we can learn from this.
The level of alleged premeditation included Instagram messages read in court. Prosecutors said Jaimir Davis wrote his girlfriend about shooting and stabbing a cousin, and that the teen girl answered, "I can do that. I love blood," and then also messaged, "Babe, I'm finna lose my whole family for you." Prosecutors say 4 family members were then shot at Jones Park. 2 died and 2 survived, including the 15-year-old girl's mother, and who police say owned the gun that had been stolen to commit the murders.
But the horror didn't stop with the gunshots. Jameer Davis admitted to investigators that after killing Grandma Patricia, he took a blade and severed her thumb from her dead body. Why? So he could use her thumbprint to unlock her iPhone and biometric apps to steal her money. Think about that. The absolute disrespect for an elder, a grandmother, a matriarch of the community, to mutilate her corpse just to transfer some funds on a phone. It is a sickening reflection of a generation that values quick money and internet status over the sanctity of human life. Part 4. The Bus Ride and the Jones Park Ambush. After executing 3 members of the May family, the teenagers hopped on a city bus, casually riding around East St. Louis like they hadn't just committed a brutal triple homicide. That is when Leroy spotted them. Leroy saw Juanita and Jameer on the bus. Knowing Juanita was a runaway, he did what any responsible family member would do. He called her mother, Tiffany Thompson. Tiffany pulled up in her vehicle to rescue her daughter, unaware that she was actually picking up 2 cold-blooded killers. She picked them up, dropped Leroy off at his job, and then drove over to Jones Park where other family members were waiting to help intervene and talk some sense into the girl. Waiting at the park were Juanita's older siblings, 21-year-old Quentin Thompson and 25-year-old Shania Thompson. The bloodbath at Jones Park. The family thought they were gathering for an intervention. They thought they were going to talk about a rebellious teenager who needed to come home. They didn't know the teens were armed with the very gun Juanita had stolen from her mother's safe. The moment the vehicle pulled into Jones Park near the boathouse, a chaotic ambush began. The teens opened fire on everyone inside the vehicle. Quentin Thompson, 21, shot and killed at the scene. Shania Thompson, 25, shot and killed at the scene. Tiffany Thompson, mother, shot multiple times but miraculously survived. She is currently hospitalized in critical condition. 4th relative, another relative inside the vehicle, was shot but survived the onslaught. The very gun used to murder Quentin and Shania, and the gun that left Tiffany fighting for her life in a hospital bed, belonged to Tiffany herself. It was stolen by her own child to execute her own family. Dr. Anita Bazile from the Illinois State Police spoke out in a news conference, flanked by community leaders. She stated that this is a tragedy for both families and something the community is not used to seeing. She urged people not to point fingers or play the blame game, but to focus on healing. But out on the streets, the people who are left picking up the pieces, like Leroy, are angry. They are tired of excuses. They are tired of a system and a culture that coddles criminal behavior until it turns into a pile of body bags. Leroy is out here crying, carrying the weight of the world, feeling like his phone call caused this. But the truth is, the rot was already there. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. These kids had already made up their minds to dance with the devil, and their families paid the ultimate price. May Patricia May, Cherie May, Devin May, Quentin Thompson, and Shania Thompson rest in eternal peace.
Today I got to come on here and ask everybody for their prayers and love for the family, and also the 2 said to be surviving victims that's right now recovering in the hospital or trying to recover in the hospital after 7 people were shot and 5 people were unalive down in East St. Louis the other night. One of those people was very close to me. His name was Devin May. In the news, they say that he's 24. Devin was only 20. He was about to be 21 November 5th. And I know this because I was patiently waiting on Devin to turn 21 so me and him could go to the dispensary together, because he's never been able to go into there. So I want to say rest in peace to Devin, and I also want to say rest in peace to his other 4 family members that was shot and unalived as well. It was 2 teen teenagers that did this. One of them was said to be a family member, everybody, and I believe the other person was the boyfriend of her, and they went to different locations to find them and did this, everybody. Now, Devin is the father of my first grandbaby. So Devin is the father of my first granddaughter, and her mom is my daughter. That's my oldest daughter. I'm down here in St. Louis right now to be down here for my daughter and my granddaughter right now. If y'all can go over to that GoFund, everybody, and pitch in to help out. The family needs help right now, as well as my daughter's left to raise my granddaughter, not all the way by herself because she has me and she has other people, but she doesn't have Devin anymore, and that's going to be very hard on my daughter, as well as that's going to be hard on my granddaughter at the same time, and this is hard on me. Devin was a wonderful young man. You know how, like, fathers worry about who their daughter's gonna end up dating or what type of person they gonna end up being. If you wanted your daughter to date anybody, you wanted your daughter to date Devin. Like, Devin was just wonderful. He didn't deserve this at all. Hold on. Devin, such an amazing young man that me and him then had personal conversations together, talked, and there's times that I was so excited about coming down to come see Devin. You know, that's my daughter. I love my daughter, but since my daughter was like a bonus, I wanted to see Devin. Devin came and always hopped up anytime at the United Barbecues ever since he got with my daughter Chelsea and then learned about the barbecues and knew that I wanted them to start coming to the barbecues with me. Devin was right there. Anytime the family vacation, Devin was right there. Oh, when we going? Where we going? Okay, we finna pack right now. Just such a bright, wonderful young man. Charming, funny, wonderful personality. He was a Scorpio like me. Our birthdays was 10 days apart from each other. That young man was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to miss Devin at every last United Barbecue. You know, we're supposed to be having our barbecue down in Tennessee next month. And even right after the Baltimore barbecue we just had recently, Devin was like, when is Tennessee? And I'm like, I'll let you know the details. We got to get it together. So this isn't one of those situations where somebody did something to somebody. I don't feel it's one of those situations because I don't see Devin doing anything for somebody to want to do this to Devin, because that's one bright and absolutely fabulous young man. And also want to say rest in peace to his grandmother as well as his auntie as well. His grandmother, Devin was pretty much, you know, attached to his grandma. Him and his grandma, he loved the hell out of his grandma, and I know that for sure, that he loved his grandma and his grandma loved him. And this is very unfortunate and sad that this happened, but if y'all can help the family, please help the family, everybody. Go over to that GoFund, do what y'all can to help them to hit the goal, everybody. They have multiple family members that they have to hold funerals for. Thank you, everybody. I love y'all. Hope y'all love me. Have a blessed and a wonderful day today. And to you ignorant motherfuckers, excuse my language, but it pissed me off this morning that I'm receiving messages of people making up posts and such like that of my daughter talking about she finally snapped and killed her family. Are you motherfuckers stupid, illiterate, or downright just wanted to start some bullshit and or spread misinformation? This little motherfucker Davis that sat there and just shot 20-year-old Devin, his grandma, his mom, and other people. This little motherfucker that just sat there in goddamn court and just sat there and said exactly how he did everything. Devin went over there to go check on his mom because ain't nobody heard from his mom in a couple of days. So Devin and the grandma of Devin went over there to go check on his mom. The grandma waited in the car. Devin went into the house, and as Devin went upstairs, the little motherfucker say that he had jumped out of the closet or wherever he was hiding and saw Devin and had shot Devin right away. Just shot Devin. And I know damn well he gonna have to shoot Devin because goddamn me, Devin wasn't going to see this little motherfucker in his mama house. And he ain't heard about his mama for a few days, so therefore Devin wasn't gonna go for that. So if he wouldn't have shot Devin right away, best believe Devin would have got his hands on him, wrapped him up, folded him up, and knocked his little ass down. Then I guess they say that the girl, she ended up, the little cousin that was supposed to be of Devin's, she ended up going out there to lure his grandma into the house, lure the grandma into the house, and the little motherfucker say he was hiding in the closet, pop out of the closet and shot the grandma in the head. After he shot the grandma in the head, he then cut off her thumb. He cut off her thumb just so he could be able to use her motherfucking phone. No, this little motherfucker, Davis, the 16-year-old little dude, he knew exactly what he was doing, and they even said that they even had some type of recording that I believe that I heard
of the young girl. And on that recording it had said, I'm about to lose my whole family for you, babe, or babe, I'm about to lose my whole family for you, and I love blood. Now, originally I did a video last night, but I removed that video until people sending me messages saying that people have been cropping other people out of the photos and such and just focusing on my daughter inside of them photos. Y'all little funky asses need to sit y'all little motherfucking stupid ignorant asses down, because y'all got it all the way wrong, and y'all need to learn how to do some research and check on things before you start running around and saying some shit like that. If you're gonna speak about something, and let's speak about something of the actual details that they're putting out. If you're going to speculate or have an opinion about the details that they actually putting out, and make sure that it's connecting with the details that they putting out. Because if it's not connecting with the details that they putting out, you shouldn't even be speaking about it. There's nothing whatsoever in none of those details that they didn't put out that would say that my daughter would have been involved in anything with 20-year-old Devin May. My daughter loved Devin so much that my daughter would have jumped in front of more than likely a bullet to be able to save Devin's life. If somebody was sitting there finna shoot Devin, my daughter would call me about Devin all the time. They'll call me on the goddamn phone. We'll talk, we'll laugh. She'll talk to me about their relationship. Devin will talk to me about their relationship. Devin was the type of man that you would want to date your daughter if you wanted your daughter to be dating somebody. Devin gave my daughter her first child and my first grandchild. Devin hopped up every single moment that I would shoot down there to come pick them up, whether we was going out to eat, whatever we was going to do. Devin would jump up right away. Chelsea jump up right away. We'll go do it, and we'll have a ball, we'll have a blast, we'll laugh and enjoy that time. I know people gonna say, of course he's gonna say that. That's his daughter. No, I'm saying it because I seen how Devin and Chelsea were together. And if you seen the love that Devin and Chelsea had together with each other, you wouldn't be fixing your mouth to say this neither. If you would have saw the way that my daughter Chelsea lit up for Devin, you wouldn't be saying this. If you saw the way that my daughter lit up with seeing Devin interact with their daughter, you wouldn't have been saying this. The amazing father that Devin was growing to become, he was already an amazing father, but the amazing father that Devin was going to be to my granddaughter was stolen from him. I could understand when there's those situations where they really don't know the details and how things really happen and such like that and everything. But in this case, they know exactly what happened. They know exactly the details and everything. So there's no room for people to be out here speculating and just wanting to run around and talk the shit that they want to talk. The little 16-year-old little motherfucker that did this, he ain't kept it a secret. He sat there in that courtroom. They said that he sat there in that courtroom and he explained the details of exactly what he did. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to get down to the bottom of what happened to somebody. But coming up with just complete bullshit because you want to come up with complete bullshit to help your videos to circulate, that's absolutely foul and fucked up. If the details were open and there was still room for speculation and opinion, then okay, I could understand people having their opinions and speculations and trying to piece things together. There's nothing to piece together right here. Devin was wholeheartedly loved, and Devin will be deeply missed. And I want to say rest in peace to the family, to those that lost their lives, and also I want to say my condolences to the family, and I want to send prayers and love to the 2 remaining people that are still trying to heal and recover from this. And I know it's going to be a hard journey for y'all to be able to recover from this, because you lived through this and have to relive this over and over for as long as it sticks with you, because there may never be a day that you can move past what happened to you. Truly appreciate everybody for y'all love and y'all support, and thank y'all for looking out for the family. Everybody, if you have not had the opportunity to get behind the family and help them out with their GoFund, everybody, please do so. All of those details can be found right here on how you can find that. Thank y'all so much for all of y'all words of kindness, all of the love and the support that y'all have shown, all of y'all condolences, y'all rest in peace, y'all prayers. Everybody, I ask that y'all continue to keep the families in y'all prayers, as well as to keep my daughter, my granddaughter, in y'all prayers as well. You know, this hurts that Devin is gone, but it hurts even more not to know how my daughter's gonna be when it really hits her all the way, and my daughter ever be the same Chelsea as I knew that she was when she was with Devin.
Their lives were cut short by an act of evil that East St. Louis will never forget. Thank you for tuning in to this heavy update. If you want to keep up with the truth, the raw stories, and the cases the mainstream media tries to gloss over, you need to support the page. Make sure you like this video, share it, and subscribe to my Today's Red Stories page right now. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay safe out there, protect your families, and keep your eyes open. See y'all on the next one.